Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Ratliff Mandolins weekly production diary series. Wonderfully rainy day today, so we're going to stay inside and do all of the jobs on our job jar list, which include starting the binding on mandolin number 5's peghead. And we're going to take number 11 out of the fretboard gluing jig and glue on its peghead overlay. And speaking of peghead overlays, we need to take number 6 out of the gluing jig and trim up its peghead overlay. And then we still got mandolins 7, 9, and 10 that don't have any fretboard, truss rod, nor even the fretboard extender on. So that's what we're going to shoot for today, or at least get started with that much. And that'll pretty much be a full day. So let's get started. And now number 6 is ready for the final sanding, and after that it's ready for the stand finish. Number 11 now has the peghead overlay glued on. And now we're going to work on mandolin number 5, and here's a shot of the peghead before the binding channel has been cut, and a shot of the peghead after the binding channel has been cut. And now I have the first piece of binding wrapped on mandolin number 5, and it's time to go and work on those mandolins that don't have fingerboards on and see how much we can get done on those. Well, I didn't get as much done today as I wanted to, but I teach on Mondays, and my students will be here in about 5 minutes, so I'm going to have to call it a day, and we'll pick up where we left off in the morning. Tuesday afternoon, and what a day it's been so far. It's been a day of 2 trips to the bank, and 1 to the post office, and 1 to the doctor's office, and 2 or 3 other small errands, and grab a gallon of milk on your way home. And so it is now pushing 1:30 real hard, and I'm finally getting to work. So we're going to start with number 5. I'm going to wrap another piece of binding on number 5. Then we're going to take number 11 down and clean the peghead up and get it ready for the binding as well. And then we're going to go work on mandolin 7, 9, and 10 to try to get the fretboards glued on those things. So here we go. Well, that's it. That's as far as we got. See you tomorrow. I started Thursday by making the fingerboard extender for mandolin number 10. You'll recall mandolin number 10 is an A-style country boy with some very nice curly maple and a K&K internal twin mandolin pickup. So although the extender is made and ready to glue, I won't be able to glue this extender on until tomorrow, and here is the reason why. Mandolin number 7 is in the gluing jig right now. Mandolin number 7 is also an A-style country boy, and now it is time to install the truss rod in mandolin number 7. The truss rod simply fits down into a channel, cut in the neck, and a wooden filler piece is glued on top of it. Yesterday I had the fretboard extender built for number 9, but couldn't glue it on because 7 was in the jig, so I installed the truss rod instead. And now that 7 is out of the gluing jig, and after a rough cleaning of the wood filler piece on top of the truss rod, mandolin number 9 is now ready for gluing on the fretboard extender. Mandolin number 5 now has all of the inner binding pieces glued on the peghead and is ready for the first piece of the white outer binding. And number 11 is only one piece behind number 5, and that's all I got done today, so we'll start again fresh in the morning. And so now it is Friday afternoon, about quitting time, and I'll give you an update on where everything sits. Number 10 is having its fretboard extender glued in. It has already had the truss rod installed, so the next step will be to glue on the fingerboard. And speaking of gluing on fingerboards, number 9 has had all the prep work done and is ready to glue its fingerboard on, but cannot have its fingerboard glued on now because number 7 is in the fretboard gluing jig having its fretboard glued on. In the front room, mandolin number 5 has had all of the inner black, white, black strips of binding applied to the peghead and has had 2 of the outer white binding strips applied. And number 11 is not far behind number 5. It's had 1 piece of the white outer binding glued on. So you have sat through yet another action-packed powerhouse mandolin building video here. Thank you so very much for sitting through all the way to the end. Hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll know when we post the next episode of the weekly mandolin production diary series. And we certainly hope to see you then. Thank you so very much again, and we'll see you soon.